together and pull off this upset. I cannot even imagine what their celebrations are going to be like. Whereas for Liquid, their celebrations, you said relief in the previous map. Well, it's going to be a whole lot of that, getting up out of their chairs, knowing the job is just started. We're about to get things underway here on Ancient. Map number 3 of this elimination series. One of these two teams will be joining Mouse in the last place column at the Blast TV Paris Major for 2023. The last CSGO major and the only major for this year. So a lot on the line, especially if you're a big org like Liquid.
Well, I feel like that actually makes it even more hype when you call it the only major of this year.
Right.
Like, that's a framing. That is a...
What's the rest of your year?
Yeah.
What do you got to look forward to?
It has to be now. And for Liquid, you think about it, you know, like they have certainly been the team many expected to be, I mean, certainly in their pick'em, certainly through. But at the moment, it all hinges on Ancient. Woody's trying to hold this push and cage it. There is a lot of it going on. There's already Nafly's pushed and Yakinda's supporting it. So, woof, that's lovely. I mean, Fluxo have got themselves into the A site, sure. But look at the way this is going down. There's a very interesting state of affairs here. VSM to hold this retake from the A side.
No kit.
Yeah, and Yakinda does go down. He's ready for Naf. Needs it. Playing with his food. Elite from Donut side. Lots of action all over the map. Hard to keep track. Naf dancing with VSM. Bomb is ticking. Every second that passes is awkward. Chad's already highlighted. Not a single kit. They need these kills. They need them now. Trying to keep him off the bomb. Survival. Integral for history. He's been run down. Only the one from Lukowski. It's history. No needs another. And they needed a fuse. Okay, mission accomplished. You get away with some kills, but it is a Fluxo round to start. Their first pistol, Chad, and it's on Ancient.
It couldn't feel better on the pistol round, being able to execute into an empty site, and then just how chaotic it got. This was the Naf opener to go, okay, we're in the wrong place. Sure, we take down Woody, but this was so difficult to keep up with. I have no idea how Chev was able to show us any of the action here because there was fights going on everywhere, and that pistol is going to feel great. T-side of Ancient, grab your first of the series, and now look to pound on some pain because Liquid are going to force buy back here, and this could spiral out of control quite quickly. How are they going to reply to this? It's 5 rifles for Fluxo, not a single SMG in the mix as they've gone for the smoke deep molly. Combo to lock down middle. Alicia's coming through this.
Straight answers. And looking for VSM. He had the AK and it's taken out of his hands immediately. Liquid jostling for economic control in our second. Nav needs to get the hell out of there. Woody as well. Beheaded. OC acquiesced to the request to start hitting headies. Lukowski will have 1, 2 against Elige as well. There may be more. Nitro gonna have his head caught. Oh my God, Lukowski. He's made a round out of this. Recovers for Fluxo. Phelps needs to live. A single bullet can end him. But that bomb is ticking and Lukowski's made a round. Oh my God, it could be another ace. Few and far between at the major. Day 2. Destruction on the menu for Lukowski. An ace for Fluxo as he saves him from a red face.
What a huge round. That triple kill over towards the B lane position. Bides his time, takes down Yakinda, the follow-up, and then the one-tap. This is masterful from Lukowski. Beautiful work right here. His efforts were not enough on Inferno, but that is tidy Counter-Strike.
It doesn't get better, Chad. Every single part of that, beautiful. The third onto Nitro, absurd. And you can see the disbelief on Liquid's face. They did the hard part. And then Lukowski happened.
Well, add him to the ace tally. So far in the Challenger stage, that is number 5. Joins the likes of Shui, Nico, Techno, and Monacy.
He clears. He wins. Fine. And more as well on that jump. Yakinda's done well to track him. Doesn't lose too much for it, but some information certainly going both ways there. You got already complete control of Donut. History's walking out a main. You know Yakinda was past tense there.
And the site's open again.
And you don't have the bomb.
So this is 3 consecutive rounds that it will have ended on A from Fluxo. So
which is nice, right?
Yeah, exactly, right? You're going to keep it open to have some more B finishes here. They'll have to respect that potentially coming into the first gun round number 4 coming up next. And the clean conversions, it's beautiful. Because one of the absolute worst things that could happen to Fluxo in this situation is win the pistol, lose the follow-up, and then find yourself spiraling out of control here. But this is great work for them to right the ship, and you have to thank Lukowski for that. That ace is worth 2 rounds.
What is your current like perception of the TCT bias.
The balance right now on this map, it's so in flux for me. And
Right.
I don't even say that as just a cop-out, like I can't give you an opinion, because
you've always had one, but it's changing all the time.
yeah, and then this is the thing with the map. Obviously, the update, it's been in for long enough now that it feels like it should have settled in. But different teams' approaches seem to net them a whole lot more.
And the way in which they intersect.
Exactly.
You know, like it's the way it's RT approach versus their CT approach, and of course, you know, you get that volatility. It's unpredictable. And I mean, to recap, we might have some newer viewers. They did move the spawn back. They tried to change the pacing.
Spawn.
The CTs had basically a whole extra second to get to where they needed to get to.
Yeah, and now I think that there's a conversation that maybe it's too easy for Tees to take middle, which I'm hearing from some of the teams here. But this is the thing. It's very subjective. It's kind
Well, here we go. Two CTs trying to take mid. The smokes arrives before they do. And then it's a 2-on-2, or even worse. A fully flash bang. Nafly, he gets vision and a frag. He takes down Lakowski, a huge scalp.
I like that there, because one of the patterns that you can run is you'd use that smoke against them and then appear out of it on the back of a flash. So well done there from Naf to find that opener. OC's AWP is out of the round, essentially. He will just be hunkering down over towards this A site. So where do Fluxo want to find this finish? You've got to deal with a Legion Cave. Naf floating around middle. Yakinda's even rotated back over towards B to help out that of Nitro. Interesting. Nitro being paired with Elige an awful lot here.
This is a lot from Elige. Nice aggression. Unnecessary, but profitable.
And pedestrian.
Yeah. Doesn't really get easier than that one. And in response, VSM comes out. Guns are blazing. Yeah. Knocks Elige out.
Might lull them into a B finish, however. And as we mentioned, Yakinda had rotated over here as well.
Right.
OC has moved. Locking down middle with that AWP, and now freed up now to worry about the A site.
Worth mentioning that they are flying blind in mid. I think we saw Woody throw a smoke towards Red Room that's just faded now, so they don't have answers there. OC's had his donut smoke fade now, so yeah. At this point, Naf is going to start to cheat over. We will see 3 members of Liquid to receive this finish.
Now, VSM is coming in through cave here, which means it's not going to be possible for him to smoke off long without stepping wide. So maybe a short smoke from him, and history, where are you going to drop your molly? There's 3 on the side. It will be a 3-on-3.
Giving it a go. Giving it the very best shake. Oh, of the stick. It's Nitro. Knocks VSM's lights out, and a nice clean conversion. This is going to be of Liquid's interest to keep 3 alive here. And Woody unable to find anything more. So there's Liquid's first. Getting out of the gates relatively quickly, considering a conceded pistol.
Yeah, should be another buy here from Fluxo regardless, but this was great over towards middle here from Naf, and this is in the early stages, just as we're talking about this balance at mid. The Yakinda push. Didn't see it. Sorry, the Elige push. I'm used to it being.
You see? That's how unusual it was.
The Elige push really just it came from nowhere, but pays off, and we do see Fluxo have to get out 1 Mac-10 on Phelps. Now he's got the best spawn, so maybe doing a surge straight through the guts of. Oh, I thought middle here. Looks like they want to go over for an A play, and with that earlier conditioning, they have to make sure they have the util. Now we know there's plenty of smokes available from this history position, but he's going to lob out 1. So Donut and CT in the air.
Oh, they're coming for you.
Temple.
They're coming for you. OC feeling the threat, feeling the pressure, and he misses his first chance. He doesn't get another one. It's Lakowski happening again. Look at the movement. Bounds into Yakinda for the double spray. VSM collateral damage and more to come. Yakinda looking sharp, but history 2 hits the heady to get him back into the round.
Yeah, Woody's lurk paid off as well. So he's been able to deal with that mid push.
Don't have to do much now. Look at that. So much time. So much space. You got Temple. You got Bomb on Big Box, Brokey. Nitro's going to be looking out for next contact. And Naf is doing his due diligence. He's walked through mid. Going to be arriving towards Red Room and to back him up, trying to catch that gap so Nitro doesn't have to worry about his back. I think
it's all timing here.
It's all timing. That's a big frag. History's caught Naf on the rotation. They are low. Maybe. Nitro's got more to say. As Phelps was right there around the corner. Woody's low to provide support. Yeah, flash isn't a bad idea. Does he go off this? Smoker's given him very limited options. Oh my God. They only have 18 health between the 2 of them. And still Woody prevails as Fluxo return Liquid to the doldrums of financial despair.
Oh, a good attempt there from Nitro, wasn't it? Gave it the best crack he could. Just not enough here. And yeah, Woody with some impact in this one. Able to take that kill in middle and the final blow here. But this Yakinda double, it felt great. They just line up on his screen here, holds down the trigger, removes Lakowski and VSM, 2 of the heavier hitters with the rifles. But this is Woody just caretaking that plant. Happy with that from Woody. Yeah, as it's a eco here from Liquid. Yeah,
it's very good to just be aware. Like once that smoke is down, he's holding the edge of it, making sure there's no funny business with a weird gap, inspecting it thoroughly. And so presence and pressure. Up the B lane and then straight through mid. They want to have a look. They know it's likely of just pistols. Limited weaponry, scout perhaps at the high end. Yes, OC's wielding that one.
I am interested with the cave smoke that Fluxo are throwing from spawn, right, to get this B lane control, how that's going to filter into things, because it's to help you get B lane, but it's also to help you fight middle.
Yeah.
It means that you can focus a bit more of a crossfire from elbow, as well as the lane, and deal with players pushing and jumping up together. But at that point, if you're Liquid and you know that smoke's coming in on gun rounds, you can drop a molly ahead of that, right, and you can be a bit
so it's sound cue and spam.
And slow them down, right, which that's all it's going to do. It's just going to slow them down, but you know that you can have cave control if you're Liquid. Now, I'm not sure if we'll see that come into play on too many of the gun rounds. We'll need to wait and see what the game plan looks like here. But all the space in the world, the biggest problem for Fluxo right now is util. One smoke.
Shouldn't be a problem if these individuals continue to hit their shots.
I think if they go through mid to donut here, Alex, they're in trouble.
Yeah, it's a very, very stacked site, and it's the right call.
35 seconds.
From Liquid. They're in the right place for destruction. This is going to really rustle the jimmies of Fluxo up against a 5-7. There's so many bodies here. Yakinda reveals himself. It's VSM trying to stabilize. Very light on time. Can he deliver anything? Trying to get the bomb down. A good one from Woody, but still Lakowzi.
1-on-1 on the side
Caught out and a one-on-one. Woody so low. If he can win this duel, Yakinda can win the round. It's VSM. A safe pair of hands. Walking into the Lion's Den and just about getting away with the round.
Really dicey stuff, wasn't it? Yakinda knows exactly what he could get away with that fight. He beats VSM, and then he's able to deal with the low HP of Woody. Phelps doesn't look too happy with how things unfolded there. He kind of ran in and got taken out, so for him, it got a little bit too close. But well handled. History with a double.
Yeah, that duel was up for debate, but VSM holds on, and that's going to feel great.
Oof, I just almost had another situation where there wasn't a gun. It's right, Phelps.
Everything's fine. Everything's cool. And the battle for mid wages on.
So no cave smoke against the gun round.
Mid? Boost over the smoke?
Might catch OC here.
Nice catch. Good awareness. Yakinda doesn't finish the job, but look at OC. This is a perfect angle for destruction onto Phelps. The AWP rattles off a successful shot, now smoked and retreating, but advantage Liquid. Dare I say it, a must-win conversion here. You've got, you know, a kill and a half, if not more, onto Lakowzi as well. Looking for their second round, and Nitro will call for aid. The nade could be good. Elige, perfect. Delivers and finishes off what Yakinda had started in mid.
One slip past, though. Are they aware that History has this much space? Well, they are now.
Oh, lovely.
Great shot. Elijah's really started to find himself here, up to 5 kills now. Yakinda hitting some as well. This is really good signs if you are a Liquid fan to getting back into this game. A scrappy spray, and Elijah will grab yet another. So just getting 1v1v1s here. Not sure 3-piece feed for him. Is Woody looking to hold on to this? 40 seconds left on the clock, and maybe he will get that option. Maybe he won't. But no cave smoke on the gun round there. So full control for Liquid. And all 5 look to stay alive here. So they will grab their second. Now, in case you missed the desk, in case you missed the last map, we were recapping just how poor Ancient is for both of these teams. Fluxo in the last 3 months, 1 and 5 on Ancient. Liquid 0 and 3. So success, few and far between, or not at all. And one of them will need to get a W and add that to the column here today to stay alive. This is an elimination match. One of them will be heartbroken at the end of this. And I think for Liquid, it will be world-altering. Maybe not immediately. Same for Mouse. Same for Mouse.
Yeah.
Their loss, it's not going to change anything immediately, but things will change. There's no way that these teams can stay with these rosters.
With what you just said as well, you know, we said it was hype. Yeah, from our perspective, in our seats, it's hype. But for the teams already eliminated on day 2 of the Blast TV Major, it's the opposite.
Probably no lower feeling.
No. And if I may paraphrase Elvis Presley, it is really now or never for Liquid. First time out in this 3rd map. Honor, pride, prestige, and potentially your career hanging in the balance of what is an intense 3rd map. Ancient and already Fluxo, 5 under their belt on this T side. That is a competitive haul.
The worst thing that could happen to Fluxo was end up losing the half 10-5,
Yes,
right? But
100,
it's not just the score line, it's the momentum. But the point that you bring here is with the 5, they've already done a lot of hard work. It's about grabbing 1 or 2 now over the rest of this half, which is, when you frame it that way, a whole lot nicer.
Motivating.
So you just know you need to keep the chip away. Now, we saw some frustrations from Phelps starting to come in. He's 0 frags to his name right now, and he's another one who could look susceptible to the tilt. This time, Cave Smoke on the gun round, and it will help thwart that mid control. But now, OC, combo, wombo, bang, the first has come through. They're not ready for the second, and the A push has been dealt with.
Awkward one, but nothing's going to really transpire off the back of that. Lukowski hasn't got the health to use that AK particularly effectively. Does force out the smoke.
Lukowski's making a bit of a name for himself as a player who pushes through the smokes. He's done that a lot.
Wait.
There it is again.
That's a bomb. Dude, they're going to get a plant. Maybe he could stop it, but if he goes for this one, yeah, actually legit. It's something to be celebrated. $800 on the round loss for every single player.
Well, they did invest in this round, right? So it's a consolation at the very least.
It's just the fact there's 4 alive and he just walks in like, you know what? I've got a feeling. Got a little feeling.
Have a stroll.
Yeah.
The A-bomb site, which, to be fair, is where they found quite a lot of their success so far, Fluxo. There you go. Liquid will deal with that. Now, that buy was not very scary at all, but this setup was fantastic. Both NAF and OC being able to profit that aggressive maneuver, and get it with a nice shot as well to his name. Should be an eco or a half buy scenario here for Fluxo in the next round to play 2,400. So as long as they all leave about 2K in their bank balance, it should be all good in the hood. Woody didn't get the memo.
Yeah, but history, you know, by getting that bomb down, you get a couple of extra goodies. You know, you can go and choose your favorite toy from the bargain bin.
Maybe it's a Yakinda surprise.
10 points to Gryffindor.
Thank you very much. I'm here all week. And most are next.
Yeah, I don't know how I dare assume I have the same power as Dumbledore, but I'm going to start throwing those points out willy-nilly. And Nitro's throwing headshots out. Just like that, Yakinda and Nitro combine for a quick finish. There's 5 alive, barely a point of damage dealt, and we will see just a 1-round game now, as that's a little trickle of 3 from Liquid. Now, we were talking about that frag distribution. What did you want? You wanted Yakinda and Elige online at the same time. We know Naf's going to be there. Well, right now, all 3 are there. All 3 puffing up their chest, beating it perhaps a little bit, a la Tarzan, and saying, do you know who I am?
Oh, it seems like they may have forgotten, so it'd be a good little reminder for themselves here. But Zeus has taken another timeout, so feeling the need to have yet another conversation and maybe just trying to calm them down, as obviously looks like he's reading his reports.
Yeah, well, I can imagine that it has been, you know, a hectic couple of hours in the comms. It's just the team chats outside, the amount of pressure on your shoulders, the tension, the communication. So much nuance in a Counter-Strike match as well, outside of the server, never mind inside. And with all of that combined, yeah, you got Liquid here. 5-4, third map, elimination, day 2. Blast TV major. And the only major of 23. Elige going looking. Just minor investigation. He's definitely done his homework for the wallbangs if he does choose to throw them out. He's actually going looking off the flash, and it's VSM that was ready to receive.
He can get away with that because there's a deep elbow smoke. You can see that right there. They combed in towards this mid play late. So Fluxo are going to keep giving up early. You can see that Liquid really want to take it.
He wants it. And VSM tried a new angle. Tried it on for size. It doesn't quite fit. And down goes Lukowski. Big delivery. That forward position doesn't quite translate into a second. Trying to keep the push up. They know Yakinda was likely still locked in mid or committed up B. Oh, down goes history. Yakinda, no slouch at all.
So they just tried to go for a bit of a default then again, Fluxo, but were denied on all fronts. No mid control, no B lane control, which means that one of your only plays would be an A execute. And we've seen what happens if you try and go A. Well, there's double setups, there's orbs to deal with. And now I'm trying to think, okay, well, if they're going to continue with this mid presence, Naf close mid, Yakinda jumping up, Elige aggressive cave, the weak points become the extremities. But this is it. This is where Liquid are setting the tempo and the pace. So if I'm Fluxo in the next partial buy round, or maybe I save it for the next gun round, I try and pressure up B ramp. Right?
Yeah,
That's right. Because if they're going to continue to have Elish so far forward in cave, it means that the setup, and if they're going to continue to be aggressive mid, it means the setup should mean that it is just Nitro kind of stranded, trying to lock, and he can give up that territory. There's no issue with it.
What's in Chad Birchall's list of compulsory utility for early pressure ramp? Like, you know, because like, we know Nitro's going triangle and long side and just watching the ramp push. We know there's likely a Liege cave side, Jaguar. So in terms of what needs to be thrown in order to facilitate that early probe?
If you're the CT side?
If you're the T side, trying to break into the
they need that cave molly in, right? You need that best spawn over towards B lane to drop that to at least just force Elysian to
make a choice.
Do I extinguish it? Do I play ahead of it? Do I give up this space?
Right.
But the problem is as well, they're so worried about middle. That player who's going aggressive in towards cave has to worry about the mid jump up as well, because that constant harassment that's been there. But it hasn't always been instant. We've seen it's been a little bit on a time delay. So if Fluxo can't find that right timing, that's one of the keys, right? In terms of worrying about the B ramp, you don't need to. There's been nothing there. And what would help is Phelps grabbing a kill. He's got a saved gun. Let's see if he can find something here.
Yeah, he's going looking. Good move from Yakinda. Quick up, quick stat.
But look, if you can't get mid or B lane, you can't win Ancient.
No, but that's a nice find. Down goes Yakinda, punished, and there's Phelps' kill. You get what you demanded, and it's quickly rectified. There's Elish, Nav combined. And Nitro even going hunting. Doesn't need to do this, but he fancies his chances and is rewarded for it.
It is such a scary trio to take this mid fight, though. Elish, Yakinda, and Naf.
Yeah,
like that right there, you're mincing with absolute death, aren't you?
Yeah, and with the kills combined, what is it? 22 plus 8, 30 frags between that trio.
I'm gonna bring up the little major predictor. I won't say what the matches could be. Because in case I'm wrong, I never want to be that guy. But just for my own interests here, see what matches are available tomorrow. We've got Apex, FaZe, Greyhound, NIP, Fours, and Pain, all in the 2-1 bucket. So the winners of those best of threes tomorrow, however they shape up, will make their way and join the likes of Ents and G2, who are over there with Vitality, Na'Vi, Heroic already in the Legend stage. Facing elimination tomorrow, we've got a bunch of names down there. We'll have to wait and see how this one unfolds before that's concluded.
Different approach from Liquid this time. You want it to feel similar. Same elbow smoke, but no one present.
And this is the thing, because you're expecting Fluxo to try something different. You're expecting them to either go knock on the door of A and deal with the extremity, or go up that B ramp. And, well, right now, you can see just how heavily fortified over towards A they are. OC's AWP.
And this is just off a feeling.
This is the flow of the game, right? This is like the in-game leader mind games that you see, like in terms of the way that you call out these different patterns. And do you expect teams to run the same thing multiple times in a row, right? That there's a lot of conversations to be had.
Well, they're getting the bomb out mid, and the smokes are up, right? Red donut, this is where the walk can happen. Not much off the nade, and it does certainly indicate donut occupied. 2
in donut is very strong, though, because they can always leer... Oh, Yakinda's going to leave him. I was going to say they can leer out here later, but you're probably not going to expect the AWP, are you?
Yeah, after hearing the AK, you're probably going to put 2 and 2 together.
Alex, it's just Nitro on B right now. The rotation can come back shortly. They're clearing out mid. They've taken down Lucalzi, and now they can get their way over and help out the in-game leader of Nitro, who's about to be under a lot of scrutiny.
Here they come.
Oh,
an attempt, but a delaying utility. Elish, Yakinda, join Nitro in defense. Woody, ooh, and history on the site. Now the bomb can go down. And a good control of the spray. Yakinda contributes. Phelps gone. Sent to the Shadow Realm, and only 2 remain, really. Woody only have 5 HP.
Well, they can give time to Naf here. You can see this long rotation around the world through T-spawn. So allow some time to soak off that clock. Naf will be here.
He's just the sacrificial lamb, right? Woody he needs to take as much time as he can before he dies. And then it's happening now. Any trade off that boost over the box. Does get one. VSM hits another. Light on time. If they get the wallbang right, they do. Spray onto Nav. Brings him down to low. VSM, he just has to jump in. Hits the headshot. It should be enough. It should be. 3 seconds. Hit the shot. And job is done. Fluxo, take another. There's a 6th in the bank. Lock it in. Take it home.
And that was a number disadvantage round that Lucalzi dies top mid. He gets found out. They have to execute towards B. They deal with Nitro. They get the bomb down. They have the numbers. I'm talking about Naf. Long rotation. It's all good. Give him some time. Well, these individuals from the cave position, the boost up, they make this so funky. VSM grabbing that is massive. And then OC, what's he meant to do?
Hold it and, yeah, accepts defeat. Brutality.
Well, the
Feels good.
celebrations,
Feels
they're
good.
definitely not as loud. It's a B rush.
Whoa, there you go. That's a pace change. Nitro to be overwhelmed, overcome. It's not bad from OC. He gets 2, but so does Lakowski. He's in, and Elige locked out. They should get the bomb down here. Rotates on its way. Woody somehow lives to tell the tale and gets the bomb down. This is an opportunity. Beheaded as Naf hits the shot. Molly's good. Will delay, but very uncomfortable. History's probably going to have a 1v3 ahead of him here. Yeah, Woody's been caught. A smoke on short. Elige next contact out the cave. And that's all she wrote for round 13. A nice retake from Liquid. Yakinda to thank OC as well as contributions in a very quick B rush, hitting 2 during that barrage of util and players boots on the ground, charging up B. Does well.
So at least the feeling from Liquid that it was going to be that type of a play, because they had Yakinda and Nitro over here. So I did like that molly with their pathing there. If that was really good shots. If that was intentional, right? Because normally you will see, well, not normally, you can see teams throw a defensive T-side Molotov top of the B ramp, right, to contain those pushes. But the way that they had laid that in, there was a gap for them to scale to the left of it, which was really cool. A couple of nice shots there, and another buy from Fluxo off the back of that plant. Lacking some key pieces of utility here. They're going to have to do this, and they go on the B rush again. I like the call. I love the call. Here we go.
This is insane. Look how already caught how he was. Still at the flashbang in his hands as a MAC-10 wins out versus the Nitro's M4. Nice response from Elige. Yakinda holds down the spray for 1. And history, that bomb goes down. 1 bullet shy, forced to reload. Elige and Liquid have a heavy advantage, and that same NAF wrap is on its way.
The difference is they allow NAF to play first this time.
Right. It doesn't fall to Elige. It certainly doesn't fall to OC. Smoked off. Yakinda's still in CT, trying to get some util for this. Elige does find a clean headshot and builds upon it. Oh, Elige is here. A masterful 3-piece to put an 8th on the board.
Yeah, 4 in total in that round from Elige. He's here to play. Really showing up now. He's come alive, activated after that woeful map number 1 of Nuke. It's Yakinda, Elige, and Naf, that pack who have just been a nuisance around middle and B lane. Heavy hitters here. 16 for Yakinda, 13 for Elige. And, well, here's how he added 4 to that tally. Beautiful little round.
That's lovely.
And finally, some smiles and some sounds of hope, or I dare say happiness in the voice.
Ooh, well, let's not go too far, Chad.
You heard it. I haven't seen Nitro say nice the whole time.
It's true. Little smile on the face as well.
Oh, here's this cave smoke again, I believe, unless they flubbed it.
Whoa, there's 4 smokes in mid right now. Let's see if Lakowski can get any space off the back of it. It's history onto Elige early. And that was on Elige's walking down the ramp. Could have been worse. Nitro
Can't believe he braved that against the North.
This shouldn't be Yakinda's, but he is so raring to go, and the flash just a second too late.
Donut push coming in here. I think Naf and OC might want to consider the crawl. Try and help out Yakinda.
Surely, with that bomb by Pylon, you don't want to lose these jewels in mid. But they're both looking for him. Woody holding Donut side. Phelps has to consider it. He is backing away, worried about the A push. So 3 from Liquid, about to clamp in on Woody, hiding behind that box. It's OC. It's a very nice clear from the North American AWPer.
Oh, if they can deal with this of Nitro on the side, there might be a way in towards B. They have to deal with him soon. Yakinda's coming.
Heard. And BSM tries to catch him off guard. Trying to bait as well for that long fight. Now the molly will come down. Naf is quicker on this. BSM likely to get caught out. As the Liquid smoke onto cave, that locks him in. And BSM escorted off the premises. 1 back from history. A 1 versus 4. A bit of a tall task. No denying that, but the final round, so we'll give it a good go. With information that OC was last seen middle. Likely not going to have the AWPer flanking him, so he has all the time in the world to focus on these engagements. Yakinda's close, he knows, and that's the headshot you need. Okay, 6-9 as we swap sides. It is all to play for. Yakinda at the top of the scoreboard, Phelps the opposite. It's time to reset, rejuvenate, and prepare for the final half of this elimination match.
I think he's config, guys. I think
I'm
he's
mauling
config.
long. Flash.
Flash. Boom. I flashed all the way.
Evo.
Dead.
Nice!
Nice.
Nice
Oh, I actually got that last guy.
Good job.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did, Elige, and it looking good. You can hear that was the celebrations as we noticed Liquid starting to start, perhaps believing that the necessary 7 rounds are on their way. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is the final half of play between Fluxo and Liquid. It's gone all the way. It has certainly been a competitive one. Fluxo impressing us and, well, depressing Liquid as we've got ourselves a competitive one. Will we see them get both pistols on this final map? Liquid looking to split the difference, looking for their 5th in total. And Lekowski's gone aggressive. A lot of info for him, nothing A. As they say that, they're actually beelining it for Woody's position. He's got a lot on his plate. Trying to dance with them. The rotations are coming. The cavalry galloping in, trying to survive now. Goosh and should be run down. It's Elige to draw first blood. And more to come. Phelps, desperate for a reload. The bomb's already in. This is shaping up nicely for a full split of the pistols. Naf does not finish his chance. That's a nice hidey hole found on the main. But there is a kid on Phelps. Keep your eyes on that. He's already hit the shot onto Nitro. Another comes in from history. Looking for 7. Only 2 remain now. Elige and Naf. That kit's still in play, and it's going to be surely plenty of time to get on it. The smoke is there. Phelps has lost his life, and the bomb still ticking. Need to get on it. Lekowski hits it, and the defuse does come through. Fluxo respond with both pistols here on Ancient.
And you can see Zeus just really trying to contain his celebration.
Right.
Because he can't make too many cheers here, unfortunately. But even then, the fist pump does hit the sky. I can't believe they pull that off. And I know that he only grabs 1 kill there, but Phelps to open back up on the way in is huge. He only has 2 kills in total, and one of them have come on this pistol round. So good job from Phelps right there to at least provide something. He's having a rough game, sure, but the game's not done yet. And you can hear the screams now. Start working their way back into this. Liquid straight out mid, AK for Elige. Oh, over the lurk smoke.
Yeah, that's more from Lekowski. How many times have we said his name in this series? So impressive from him, and a good wallbang as well.
Would have been heard from Phelps. Would have definitely heard that from Cave. I love this as well. History and Woody staying active, just taking full A main control. Because they don't have mid at all. They've completely lost it. They don't know the pressure. And, well, now Naf, he's been put on notice.
Careful.
Tech 9 at range.
Got bomb, bro.
I just don't think he's expecting them to keep pushing, right? So the fact that they were that brazen with the fight. Look at Phelps on the aggression. They found themselves. The break that they've had, did they remember what they were doing? CT side Inferno?
Yeah, I mean, definitely taking some inspiration from that. If everyone's holding W,
Nobody is.
nobody is. Let's see where they go. And you can see that blue line drawn in the sand. You're not getting into the site without Phelps, Lekowski, and VSM firing off a couple of shots. Util present. Nitro has a smoke molly. Same for OC. You expect to see them get themselves in with this. There's long. There's short. Weird smoke, though. Boost is interesting. Don't think he's going to see too much over the slight corner of it. Here's the plant go down.
I think they're happy to concede that. They have some issues, though. There's
Didn't quite catch Naf on the exit.
Check out these mollies. Well, there's the first. Actually, ahead of it is VSM. Burns away. That sets Nitro up.
Doing it. This was a 3v5 with limited rifles. I mean, Fluxo, you got the pistol. Surely you don't lose the second here.
I think they will.
It's shaping up like that. Lekowski's not looking the right way. It's Nitro with more impact. Pulling Liquid, kicking and screaming into a second round win on this force.
Woody's got to sit it.
Holding 5 seconds. Someone has to check it. OC can't touch it. Nav can't do anything about it. Fluxo do hold on. It's competitive, sure. Naf will go down. But all things considered, Fluxo, just a recovery.
I'm surprised to see them win that, all things considered. Didn't feel like they were going to get past Nitro there. Doing an awful lot, was he, with that recovered AK. So the plant's great, but the force buy doesn't get them the rounds. And now they have a big question here. So this was the Phelps push to find Elige. It started to make things very, very difficult for the final few members here. But holding their nerve and holding the defuse was Woody. It's going to be a partial investment here from Liquid. They're going to bring out some Tech 9s. They have enough to surge out mid. Lekowski will be smoked off again, and we're already out the gut. So it looks like it might just be straight over towards the donut position very quickly here. They're trundling into this.
Hold your horses.
Guys.
Not ready at all. Liquid running into history. as Yakinda will equalize after just
The
the
bomb's gonna be-
double.
B.
Yeah, Yakinda's kicked up enough of a fuss, but does get caught on the last bullet of the
But
mag.
they all rotated. The bomb's in the site. It's a free plant. Elish can keep pushing. If he takes space, if he just pushes up, he can get into one of these hidey holes.
Oh, he's not going.
He doesn't know that they full rotated here. They've got the kit. They've got some smokes.
They're both there. They're going to an interesting close quarter crossfire. This is where the Tech 9 could do work.
Noisy.
It should be traded. It should be. It should be. It has to be. Fluxo running into Allegiance Tech 9, and he'll take all three. Liquid, pull it off. A beautiful entrance into that B bomb site. It's Allege though, and you can see Dabs is happy with that one. Doesn't want to be too celebratory, but that puts them right down in the dumps.
And this is rotten here. Woody just getting completely caught off guard. History as well. They just weren't ready for that space and that pace straight through Donut. Lukowski was smoked off. They knew that he wasn't able to give them any info, and they still go down. And that's what drew the full rotation. They scampered over, expecting it to be the fast A. They give up a massive gap, and that is one that Fluxo will not forget, especially if they end up losing this series. That is a bad round to give up.
Yeah, that's going to haunt them. They need one of their own now, you'd assume, in order to kind of keep the equilibrium. And Yakinda, I thought he could be caught out by that one. He was in movement, in motion.
Bloody famous. Nobody's favorite. And that's the first kill.
Ugh.
This is really rough now. Fluxo, you have to hope that Liquid walk into the stack on this B site. They have all the advantages in the world right now of util. The only thing where Liquid could really overcook the pooch here is just taking too long.
Yeah, I think Liquid's Tech 9, or Alesia's Tech 9 round, it's taken the coffin nails out of the bag. You know, they're out, they're in the vicinity.
The hammer's in the hand.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Spotted.
info. Yeah. Does it go both ways?
I think he wants, yeah, to be baited for. So he's just trying to make that seem like such an obvious runaway that Yakinda doesn't clear his corners. I think you got to get up quite early in the morning to fool Yakinda up.
Yeah, he's a switched-on individual. 20 frags makes it 21. Locking for number 22. And history causing just enough of a fuss to get that frag.
Now, there's one thing, and I'm getting a bit ahead of myself here in terms of if Liquid do win this map, there's still plenty more rounds to be played here. But if we're getting excited about Yakinda and Elise showing up, that's great. But we have to remind ourselves this is against Fluxo, right? So there's still a whole lot of work here for Liquid to do. And this isn't even a convincing victory. Losing Nuke could have lost Inferno. It was 16-14. It went all the way. And this is close as well on a map that neither team are proficient on at all. Both teams are subpar, below average, ancient teams. So they're here. They've gone, well, we both suck at it. I guess this will be the third. And
yeah, our friend Yanko has a name for that kind of fight.
yeah, it's a fun one. A fun fight, I think they call it.
Yeah. Fun for us watching, that's for sure.
Considering it's only 3 rounds the difference, it's going to be a close one, but that should be expanded to 4. Only this saved AK and the Deagle in the hands of VSM. They did force buy. They did try their luck. And, they didn't get the correct lot of numbers here today because it should be an Eco just wielding these last 2 weapons. So we look to history, we look to VSM for them to find any impact.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, in the absence of Phelps, you've got Lukowski, of course, present and correct. It's history, Lukowski and VSM who are, at this point, online. And saying that, it's VSM not quite as impactful as the first 2 maps, and, you know, understandable considering this is territory, as you've highlighted, that they're not as comfortable on. But for survival at the major, the only major of the year.
They're all coming B, so the AK's here.
Yeah, it's the first step to a disruptive round. We said they had to get one back. It's a full exec, blind, and nice Mac 10. History needed more. Elise puts them on the floor. And yeah, sure, you finished him off, but the round going to fall into place nicely here. You've got an armored Deeg on VSM staring at a smoke and staring at likely a 12 for their opponent.
Yeah, play for exits now, see if they can grab them some more damage or an AK here. Good trading out of Liquid. History did what he could, but you could see the flashbang dance being done. And that was, well, the likely outcome here. They have found a slight little gap to work with. So up the lane, Yakinda and Osi, are they going to force forward on their exit, or are they going to try and tuck on over to Naf, who's over towards the T-spawn side of things? Now, this is not bad because they could find a rifle here, and definitely a kill. Naf's coming to join the party. Very heads-up stuff from Naf to take this duel together. Still a nice shot from VSM. Looking for more. Might everybody go down to the bomb here?
Bit more damage would have been nice. Yakinda should get away.
Oh.
So they'll keep 2 rifles and take the round. Yakinda a triple. Puts him up to 24. So yeah, definitely flying high as he tries to pull Liquid.
Now, it was very clear for Liquid what their stance was early, right? They wanted to take that mid control. They had Elige hyper-aggressive in Cave. They had Yakinda and Naf as a duo pushing up mid and jumping up, taking the fights up Tetris. And it meant that it put pressure on OC and Nitro on the extremities, who weren't tested a lot. But what's Fluxo's CT setup going to look like here?
What do you make of everyone going for M4s when they can't afford all the nades? It's going to be hard to hold them at bay.
Yeah, and this might mean you have to play a few more passive setups. You won't be able to jostle for control. You kind of, oh, they're coming out.
Yeah, nice way for Yakinda to get out of dodge. He read that very well and gets himself safe.
They might want to try and put more pressure up B ramp here. You can see it's a very clear indication they're coming in.
Yeah, and History's going to have to concede this. He hears them now. And this should be a very unfavorable duel. You can see Nitro going wide, Elige. Oh, well, one shut down, a double out of VSM.
Save.
And safe.
If you can, because guess what? Wait, are they really coming to give this one?
You don't have any pennies. And
Now they have a 2-on-2, but apparently they've seen enough.
yeah, well, I think Yakinda's presence has given them the green light to save with a lot of distance between them and those on B.
Very true.
They now know it's going to be a pretty, almost a guaranteed one. Consider what they've got in their pockets. It's not enough.
Starting to look as this one should, though, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
A huge buffer now accrued from Liquid here. Loss bonus coming into the next for Paul Fluxo, going to be that 2,900. So some silenced M4s available to be dropped if they want to buy again, but that means we likely don't see them have a full gun round available at all in this second half of play. And remember, in case you are just joining us here, second day of the Challenger stage of the Blast TV Major. This is an elimination game, and one of the two, most likely Fluxo here, will be joining that of Mouse in the last place finisher position.
Deflating losses for whoever concedes that 0-3. Fluxo, they've put up a very valiant fight here against a big name. And Yakinda's down this time to Lakauzi. Big impact again on that mid-fight. Limited resources, and still managed to pull something quite magical out of the hat.
History got in there and stole OC's AWP.
Yo,
So
I wonder where
is-
that came from.
Yeah, that is massive work right there, and that's a bit of a shell shocker, bit of a stunner.
Could this be the round to recover? I mean, they haven't won a round since, you know, like that oopsie daisy, for lack of a better term.
And you think about how different it could have been. Oh!
Oh, Phelps is lucky to be alive on that one. Nitro holding a nice angle. It's a warning shot across the bow. Bombs come in B. Phelps and VSM, they're not really equipped to hold this on their own. I mean, I say that, VSM's got quite the dig on him. He's got Lakauzi as well, summoned to aid. Smoked off. Boost up. Naf down. Lakauzi continues. That's a triple. He's already had one. Is there really room for another? They keep setting him up for success. Now he's been dismantled. It's good from one. Nitro frag. A bomb to be planted as well as the flanks coming through to finish.
Still sweaty business here.
Could get awkward.
No kit.
This is Elige and Nitro. This is their 12th major. And well, it's Elige alone. Up against 4. Not really got a hope in the world as VSM doesn't have a smoke in the world, it seems, too. And it's gonna be the gap close. What do you reckon, Chad? Is that gonna change your mind?
I think with 4 players staying alive, it's really good for the stocks going forward, but Liquid aren't going to have any issues buying. And I like this from Lakauzi. It was a really big play, and OC, he's done the right thing. He didn't want to leave poor Yakinda stranded there. I don't think it's the end of the world for Liquid just yet, but if they lose another tilter, like another guaranteed round or a round where they have huge advantages, then that mental residue, it's definitely going to start to get even more sticky.
Like,
so that's where Fluxo can get into this game. If they win a couple of rounds that really tilt Liquid and remind them where they are. Here we go.
You need a clutch up. You need a crazy opening move.
Make them TK or something.
A TK, certainly.
In front of their face.
Oh, no, no, no. Had enough of that on Ancient recently. Yakinda off on an adventure, and a successful one at that. Double in the feed. Liquid eating good. And look how quick he's there. God, Yakinda's taken more than space. He's taken the whole map.
Yeah, the rotation's completely cut off.
It's over. Red Rover.
History, I don't even know. He's going to consider this. Playing
No way.
Rocky right now.
Like, they're looking for him, but he's already long gone. Like, he has slipped the net, and oh, no one's looking. He could have seen him. That was the window.
He saw them.
Oh, he's seen them. Another for Yakinda. That is spectacular. A triple. for Liquid when they needed it most to bounce back off a bit of a tilter. And now history, yeah, the bomb's not going your way, that's for sure, but whether or not he leaves with the AWP is a denial from Naf. So all 5 alive, that's kind of going to reset them quite comfortably. They need 2 more to hold on for another day of play.
Yeah, Fluxo are lucky they kept so many players alive on that low buy round, but I love this, right? They see the limp smoke that's thrown forward to one-way over, and both Elige and that of Yakinda are well aware, spamming either side where they could lurk on over the top and try and get a cheeky kill, and that puts them now in the bin. Zeus understands the situation. This will likely be our final buy round in this game unless we convert right here, right now. Spend all the pennies, buy everything we can, even bring out a double AWP setup by the looks of things here.
And in contrast, Chad, a deliberate aversion from the AWP.
Okay, well that may mean something quite execute heavy from Team Liquid here.
5 AK-47s, of course, the beauty of having them alive. Don't need to be reinvesting, but do they have a plan? And will 2 AWPs catch them off guard? And it's Woody on 1, 7 frags to his name. Phelps even bringing out a scope. He's been having a real tough time here in the jungle.
It's all 5 going towards B as well. Liquid could go fast, they could set up and execute, they could do whatever they want. They have everything they need and more to get round 15 on the board and recover.
Oh my God, VSM, he's pulled magic into the opener. And there's more as well as Phelps contributes heavily. Well, Liquid sent back to spawn. Liggity split, just like that is only OC. And he's been run on down. History puts the cherry on top, and Zeus will be happy with that one.
Oh, show me that one again. How does he just step into 2 kills like that? Brilliance.
I can't quite comprehend it. It looked so easy.
There was a flash. Okay, it definitely wasn't dry. Don't you worry about that. The flash comes self-flash. VSM sets him up for the double. And then this is where the AWP, Phelps is going to grab himself. Only his 4th kill, but it's not too late. It's only a 4-round game. They win this next round here. Fluxo, Liquid are out of money. And Elige,
he must be running out of fingernails by now.
Yeah.
Fighting through them all across this series. With so much up for debate, and this game's still going. You know, they're just desperate for it to end.
It felt like that was going to be the perfect play, right? You get into the site, that means all the scopes would have been locked out, the AWPs especially, and from that point you're just able to close. But instead, in Yakinda we trust. Flash forward, red clear, space taken with 1:30 on the clock.
This is a standoff. I mean, Yakinda and Phelps on polar opposites of the scoreboard right now, but if Phelps could find this duel with assistance of VSM, they're going for a reclear. This is all to play for this. What was that? What is happening? And now Yakinda has lost his duel to Phelps. A collateral from the AWP on A. That is condemning. How's that for a tilter, Chad?
Okay, well, Nitro grabs one back to at least give us a bit of a conversation here.
Mid-clear, says Woody.
Oh, Naf.
Oh, yeah, not bad.
Not being accounted for either.
Woody, your responsibility surely was and is, hey, now you're in sitting duck and Naf has found you. This is falling apart. They had 3 frags in the feed. It was feeling great, feeling fine. Now they do have the AWP, excuse me, the bomb. And they know he's there. Still Nitro's hitting headies. A triple from Liquid's leader. He could even make it 4.
Naf's coming quick.
Yeah, exposed. Phelps should be dead. And Liquid will secure 15. What a recovery. It's Nitro and Naf, side by side, fighting for survival day 2 of the major.
Oh, that is a round that Fluxo are going to want to forget right there. You don't often get that lineup, that double. This is it from Woody. So coming into Donut late here, and they just line up perfectly for him.
Oh, he's going to be so mad at that death as well, though.
Yeah, but you're bang on. They dealt with Yakinda as well. It felt like that should have been enough. And if you compound last round with VSM's double, then Woody getting a double lineup and Liquid lose those 2 and then go to an eco, that would have been the tilting factor that would have started to play in. But Naf and Nitro, they stay strong. They avoid going down to just pistols here.
Another one. Yakinda, an opening death. Surely that's enough breathing room to build a round out of this for the CTs.
A main clear, they know it's B.
That's a lot of info. History's still concerned about middle, but Woody and Luke Housey pushing. And there's Phelps onto Elige. He doesn't need to move a muscle. No one does. A boost, not going to be heard. Surveying the Savannah is Nitro, and there's a nice fight forced by OC. He molotovs him out and converts, but VSM, another masterful double. He can't be stopped. He's putting himself up to 17. He was at the tip of your tongue when you talk about names to make an impact at this late stage. And OC, well, this round, asking a whole lot of him. Spotted and executed. Okay, we will see another round of play.
And maybe we see a Liquid timeout here, just to have a conversation about these last few rounds. Right? They definitely can't buy. They know that. They know that the money's not there. The only players that could buy AK-47s are that of Nitro and OC. I suppose Elige could drop one, but this time right now for Liquid, they might just take the flight eco, then take the timeout into the next to have that conversation. We got Phelps on the screen. He has been having a tough go of things. As we mentioned, it's not the end of the world to see him come alive.
They just bought.
Okay. Well, okay.
They just bought. Lacalzi flashed off. Nitro rushing. Oh, he didn't get the extinguish. That's cost him a great deal of health.
You're going to have no idea what this purchase looks like on the
Right,
other
well, you've
side.
heard the extinguish. It's more than just Glocks.
They didn't like go all in. Nitro still has 2K.
Yeah, but only him. Everyone else has got, what, 150 bucks between them?
Wow, either way, they could pull this off. Lacalzi's about to get a bit of a shock here.
Oh.
Free smoke. They're not
He knows.
very deep.
Yeah,
in
they
free
can use
smoke.
that. They could have, or can. Don't.
Red
Instead.
House. VSM.
Yeah, he's been good. He's got an AK-47, one-shot headshot for
Fox is it
everyone.
too.
They need them both. Light on util. Headshots demanded. A VSM. Okay. VSM demands respect upon the force bite. A quad kill on the push. Only Yakinda. Nothing to be celebrated. Lacalzi will finish it off, but it's VSM to thank for a clean one.
Gonna try those silly games. Bring out a UMP, some Tech 9s. The buy wasn't possible. Not in VSM's house. Not in the Red house. Red faces right now for Liquid. That one's a bit of a boo-boo.
That's going to get this even closer, Chad. You know, just when we thought things were trending towards a more understandable and easy to digest scoreline, a 16-9, a 16-10. Oh no, all 30 in the third. Could be locked in because that's a Liquid eco ahead of us.
This here, likely to be the 13th. Next round, 2,400 coming into the mix.
Oh my
That's going to be the buy for Liquid, so it will be guns. It will be exactly what you want to see. If they don't win that, their follow-up will be a 2,900 loss bonus to buy out into the net, would just be Tech 9s. Woody needs to hit this. The secondary AWP in play.
Get out of there. Job done. He knows they're on a light buy. He doesn't need to perhaps respect them as much as he would. And that's the flash to force him off. Does have a shot or two. Missed shots out of Nafsteeg. And yeah, Yakinda's fallen elsewhere.
Now this is it. Like Phelps, just a couple of these kills. It doesn't matter. He just needs to contribute every now and again. You can disregard the scoreboard, especially when we're looking at a scoreline of 15-13.
It's nothing to do with that. It's to do with how you finish. Okay, one back. Yeah, shouldn't be more. And Lacalzi makes sure. A nice double. And all three on the floor. 13. Let's go all the way.
But we've finally seen exactly what people are excited about with this Fluxo team. VSM and Lacalzi on the rifles. History, the new boy on the AWP. And Phelps is someone we're excited about once upon a time. He was meant to be that next generational talent to join the likes of SK and keep them at the top of the pops. And you can see Zeus here can't do a single thing.
Helpless now.
Well, this is it. This is the buy from Liquid. The final full buy they get in regulation. Even an AWP left at spawn. That's how good things are going for Fluxo right now, but they are holding on as Liquid is setting up for what is going to be an A play.
They know it's Woody Orp, A, right? There's no denying that. But it's not. There's only one in play, and History's the one plying his trade. Woody will be calling for aid. VSM, Lacalzi coming in. There's three here to receive them. Liquid have thrown a lot into this. Will they commit? There's a good incendiary to separate and segregate. Need a spray. It's Naf on the one. Good upgrade. An AK can't get it done. Liquid to finish. The frags come through. Can VSM really do anything? In the face of adversity, that's damage. It's not the lethality. And Elige can't find him, lost in the smoke. But Liquid surely have done enough here. It's only Phelps. It's only VSM. Fluxo, a hard-fought battle, but the Yakinda's got the headshot. And OC will close. Liquid exhale as they survive for one more day.
You can see no elation here, maybe a couple of smiles starting to creep onto the face. The job isn't done, it's just begun. 2 more best-of-3 series required if this team wants to make it onto that legend stage. They were made to work by Fluxo, one of the lowest-seeded teams in the Challenger stage. Couldn't find themselves in the best-of-ones, 10 rounds in total, but they come in and they push the North American hopefuls Liquid to 3.